Kelly's You Know What Dude podcast on riotcast.com.
You're listening to Robert Kelly's You Know What Dude on the Riotcast Network. Riotcast.com.
Yo, let's start this over. Induce him.
Induce
Is it recording?
I recorded it on here.
Oh,
I got double recording. Here we go.
Thank God no one who worked for you made that mistake.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
Hi, how you doing? Well, you know what? I got all the bullshit out of the show. That's extra. That's Patreon extra. The beginning, Robert Kelly, You Know What Dude, on the road, Las Vegas, Rio. I took a 20-minute hit anyways about my shitty room, getting fucked in the butt, and doing all this stuff, and how he crosses his leg like a winner. Okay? So anyways, we're starting the show. Liz, my lovely person on the show that helps me.
Yeah.
See?
Thank you.
So go ahead.
Can you please
What did he
introduce
call
everybody?
you before that you took such a great exception?
Oh, please, no.
to?
We edited that out.
Fight.
I don't have that.
We've been
right
fighting
now.
all
He
this.
called her a road Lauren. I guess Lauren is a girl who used to work for Robert, and they've had some kind of falling out.
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
No, that he basically just called me his road lackey. 'Cause
No, I don't
It's,
think-
it's also like
Oh,
Scopo.
God. This is terrible that you call
Don't
these
say anything
people.
bad about Scopo. His dad
I
controls
love
our garbage
Scopo.
show.
I
Yeah.
love Scopo's dad, but Scopo was
He will not give
Bobby's
you a deal on the garbage.
He'll
man.
raise
Lackey.
our rates, yeah.
All right, listen. Can you please introduce everybody? And don't
Sure.
stop calling people lackeys.
lackeys. Okay, Bill Grundfest is here.
Oh my God! I didn't know
Bill
that.
Grundfest was the founder of the Comedy Cellar in
1981.
1981.
Now let him do that. He was going to redo it again. He was doing his thing.
I didn't do it in the first place. She said he founded the Comedy Cellar in 1981. I didn't say that about
But
myself.
then you went
She
into a
said-
beautiful thing.
Beautiful story about how in 1981
Yes.
we dug the audience out with our bare hands from the street.
You got to love him. I mean, that's the second time he did it, and I think it's better than the first time.
You think it's better?
You added a little more.
Well, the
Not
first-
too much. Just enough.
For
What
me,
do
the
you mean by
second
that? What do
take
you
was
mean?
always the best take. It's always the
You're
best.
a second take guy?
Second take guy. The
I'm-
first take, I'm just kind of clearing out the debris.
They call me second take Kelly.
Is that right?
Yeah, I never get past the first take though. I usually don't get the audition. They go, no, that was great. See you later. Thanks. How old are you? So yeah, 81.
81.
And
I used to start the show with 0 people in the audience because his father made me, and the reason why is because if people stick their heads in the Comedy Cellar and they see nothing going on, they go, "There's nothing going on," and they leave. But if there's a guy talking on stage, they go, "Oh, there's a show," and they have a shot at least that they'll come in.
That's usually my gigs on the road. They do the same
Really?
thing.
The same thing?
Yeah.
I used to say people would come in the doorway, and I would say, this is what we will do for 0 people. Imagine what we will do for you.
And what if you did a really good joke, but it was for 0 people? Would you do it again?
Sure. I'll do the same these
He just
days.
did for us. This is a shitty podcast in a shit hotel room on the 13th floor, Liz.
Yeah.
I'm on the 13th floor.
You chose it.
Oh, well, just give me a room at the Mandalay Bay.
I would have switched rooms with you.
Too soon.
Sorry.
13th floor, though. Did they have 13th floors in Vegas? I thought
Here
they would
they do.
eliminate them.
No, they didn't back in 1972 when this building was established. My room was actually made. When this was a new room in 1972, that's when they had it. And then they stopped having it in his tower, the brand new tower.
Oh,
Yeah,
would they have the king beds?
Yeah, and the jacuzzis.
Oh, do you have a jacuzzi?
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to go shit. I'm going to shit in
I have
your
a mini
jacuzzi.
bar.
You know what I used to do, Bill?
I have a TV that comes out of the. You press a button.
If I was ever on the road with somebody who had a better room than me, I'd go, hey man, and I'd check it out. But this is a great room. Can I use your bathroom? And I'd go piss in their tub.
And this is how you made friends.
This is how we made friends as comics.
Sure.
We were making friends. There's nothing better than getting that phone call. Dude, you're a fucking dickhead. He's got 20 minutes to get to the show. He's got to clean up the tub.
So you were defending Harvey Weinstein.
What? That is such.
You had a good point.
Let's talk
That
about
is such fucking.
Before you turned on the microphone.
That is. I will fucking
That's for the Patreon.
Vietnamesely. How do you say that word? Vietnamese. I will
Vietnamesely.
Vietnamese. I will Vietnamesely. No, I did not defend Harvey at all. I'm just saying that it is. But wait a second.
But having defended him,
no.
once.
Listen,
Vietnamesely.
It's just funny.
And an
now.
hour later, you defend him again.
I think that now. I mean, look. these guys came up in a time when all this stuff wasn't acceptable, but put up with or whatever, and now they're getting called out on it. And I'm not saying I think, look, the shit he did, he should get called out on. It's just,
They came up in a time when you could rape a woman.
Look at Mad Men.
Ago?
That's when you could call, hey, broad, get in
was-
here and slap your
That was 50 years
assistant
ago.
or your
This happened
on the butt. And there was
15 years ago.
I'm telling you that there's the things that were accepted or put up with back then. Look, we're evolving. We're becoming better people. We're becoming better men. We're treating women, and we've done a lot of shit bad 100 years ago. We're shittier people. We're better people now. And he's getting called out on it, and he should, because he's a fucking predator, and he did some awful shit. And, but like a guy like Ben Affleck.
You're making the same argument they make to defend Columbus Day.
What's Columbus Day? What's wrong with Columbus Day?
Well, there's a big controversy because Columbus came and he was brutal to a lot of people. But in those days,
So
that's what they
everybody.
did,
And apparently Columbus molested Ashley Judd. So there's
I knew she was old.
I'm telling you.
She looks.
Columbus said to Queen Isabella, give me a ship and I'm going to get my hands on that Ashley Judd rack in a second. That's right. You just give me a chance, lady. And she didn't want to. But the King Ferdinand, you want to learn history or not? King Ferdinand said, listen, bitch, give this guy a ship because he's going to get a piece of Ashley Judd.
I gotta tell him Bill's mic down a little bit. It's like 1981, and he's got 5 people just came in the crowd.
I only have 2 on and off. That's all I have.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Why do you think there's any truth to that? I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, you're the one who defended him in the first place. That actually got me thinking about it. So explain what you said.
Noam said.
You didn't defend
Nice
him.
try. I did not defend him.
No, what?
Noam said, I was there. He said we should take down the statues of Harvey Weinstein,
Yes.
right, and put them in a museum.
Yeah.
They should take back his Oscars. This is what I think. No, I think you're wrong. I think that.
I'm wrong?
No, I think you're right that there was you talking about a kind of a.
All right, that's the end of the podcast. Thank you very much for tuning into YKWD this week. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Shut the thing off. Shut it off! Throw something at that camera. We're live!
There's like a mad
You're
man.
not allowed to say he's wrong. That's the thing. You're not allowed.
No, he's never said I'm right.
Ever.
It was like a Mad Men culture.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
we slap a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. That culture did exist.
I mean, yeah.
And it's wrong, but
Yes.
what Harvey Weinstein is accused of
Is totally
I think
something different.
Was never acceptable.
No, that video of him, anybody who was like, oh my God, maybe that was an excuse. You hear that video, you can hear the sliminess in what he was doing. And to be that powerful, to have that much money, that much influence, it makes it even worse. Because if you're in that position, you shouldn't be that fucked up with yourself and that twisted. What is that?
Is that your phone?
Liz, will you make sure?
It's
Who is it?
My vibrator is on.
Who is it?
Dawn.
It's my wife?
Yeah.
Don't answer it. Wait. Don't answer it. Don't answer it.
Is she
Just
gonna see this?
push it to a thing and shut. Can you swipe up and shut the thing off?
Carefully.
No, because everything is behind the stuff.
What's on?
Is it recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
I can't because-
Is it still recording? Is it still
This will be
recording?
very interesting for the podcast people to see this.
I don't.
No,
Oh, my
because everything
God.
usually that you see.
Oh,
is
hey,
perfect.
Scopo, is it still recording?
Now it is.
Is it recording?
Now it is.
Are the numbers going?
Now it is.
That's the Liz I like. I don't like timid Liz.
So listen,
Sit
Bobby.
down.
I don't want to defend Harvey Weinstein, but I will make one point about life.
Ooh,
Yes.
here it comes.
You said about sex.
Well,
Point about sex
Listen,
first.
it's
and then-
Freudian
a lot of
slip.
things can be compared to baseball. Sex is often compared to baseball. However, not in this way.
Yes.
You know, when you're
Harvey
rounding
Weinstein is like baseball.
when you're rounding third base,
Yes.
Yes.
and the coach tells you hold up,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
and you
Yes.
ignore the sign,
Yeah.
Yes.
and you slide. If you get thrown out at the plate,
Yes.
you're in big trouble.
Aha.
If you're safe, you're a hero.
You win.
Doesn't matter what.
Yes.
So, very often in sex, things like taking out your dick and starting masturbating in front of it. This is really just and the girls. But
Wow.
sometimes these things get converted to
Yeah.
and the girl changes and then it becomes okay. And then no harm, no foul. Like there's every day all over the world, no's are converted into yeses.
Yes, but
and it's not. And one person's rejection,
yes,
was another person's. Oh, yeah, she. So you know how these things go.
But call me old-fashioned.
Yeah.
But there's never been a time.
Old.
Okay.
Old fashioned.
You get my point. Like we've all been there.
No, we've not all been there. I've never been in a hotel. Have you ever been in a? Okay, you don't have to answer.
Yeah.
I have never been in a hotel room
Yes.
where I've had a conversation or a meeting, or even if it wasn't a business, where I've even been talking to a woman alone in my hotel room, excuse myself to go to the men's room, and come out in a robe with my schlong hanging out.
Yeah, you're right. I take it back.
We'll take the word hanging out, sticking straight out.
But I got to ask you, it probably did work for him from time to time. But I guess because they were intimidated.
Well, I mean, first of all, it's intimidated, and secondly, some girls, sexuality or whatever, they might have been a little more promiscuous. And did I say promiscuous? They might have been. I know girls that don't care, like sex and like to fuck around and like to do crazy stuff. But that girl in that tape, I mean, look, it sounded a little. She had a recording. Anytime somebody's recording something, it's a
sting.
It's a little sting. Okay, but that sound like I don't want to do it. No, and he come in. No, I mean, she said no. How many fucking times? A girl says no.
No means no,
and it scares the shit out of me because my instincts were off. I thought we were on the same page sexually, and then I do something. She's like, no. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay. I thought we were on the same page. Apparently we're not. I get fucking nervous because I don't want to, God forbid you do something that someone didn't want sexually. You're in trouble. You're in fucking trouble.
Also, there's this power differential that was at play. He's this powerful guy, and she's not. And if you let a guy like Harvey Weinstein get away with it, then the next thing you know, you're going to have the president of the United States getting blown in the Oval Office, and we can't have something.
Wait a minute. That happened.
What?
That happened.
What?
Bill Clinton.
Get out.
I swear.
He wouldn't.
That's so funny, though. It amazes me how...
the best president ever, though.
Well, that goes to what he's saying. If you're a great president, you can get blown in the office.
Listen, if peace...
And your wife will be like, hey...
I'm saying, just answer me this. Have you ever been in some sexual situation with the first...
Oh, I'm sorry. I answered too quickly.
The first answer was no. But then you begged and pleaded or whatever it was, and then you got a yes. Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, with my wife around a week ago.
Okay, so
I was like, it's our anniversary coming up. My birthday's coming up. What other celebration do I need for you to touch my penis? Please.
But
she made me a cake.
I'm sorry I said that in relation to Harvey Weinstein because, again, what he was accused of is over the is
those
just ridiculous.
Situations were different. He brought them in under the guise of
there's no way.
Business meeting.
Look, there's no way you
in
can
my hotel room.
Yeah.
There's no way you can stick up. There's no way you can stick up for Harvey Weinstein. You can't. You just can't. There's no.
I think for Bill O'Reilly though, but not Harvey Weinstein.
Well, all right, listen. There's no way you can stick up for him. Just, the stuff that's coming out.
And you know what the real shame of it is,
what?
And nobody's saying this because they're too polite, is that he's Jewish. And we don't need that because people don't say, oh, there goes a molester. They go, oh, Jews. You know what I'm saying? And I would say to him, Harvey, if you're going to behave like that, at least take off the yarmulke.
I can't believe you got the cellar off the ground.
I didn't. It's under the ground. We were working hard to get to the gutter. Was a step.
All right, this is typical Noam. I was going to talk about my podcast is a very lighthearted conversation. I was going to talk about, but Noam comes in and goes, "What do you think about rape?" Back in 5 seconds. What? All right, Jesus. I don't know. I don't even know what I said about her. I don't even know what if I'm going to get in trouble. Listen, you started the Comedy Cellar.
You can't prove it.
Which is really, I mean, okay, here's what you did, what you were a part of.
Uh-huh.
You started one of the greatest clubs in the world of all time. That's
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
I mean, think about that sentence. You started one of the greatest clubs of all time in the world. Every comic knows about the Comedy Cellar. The greatest of the greats have played the Comedy Cellar. And, now we're talking we're talking 42 shows a week, 43, 42 shows a week, sold out.
Sold out.
So we're talking 1981. You going? Please don't leave.
Yes,
please. And Rick on the piano. La 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 la. Come back in and we'll sing. Right, and then to 42 shows a week, sold the fuck out.
From 0 people.
From 0 people.
So how many people is 40? It's thousands.
Yeah.
It's
Thousands
crazy.
a week.
Thousands a week.
Yes.
And not to mention the people they turn away.
Yes.
There's people they turn away. And this is become, if you come to New York City and you like stand-up comedy, you're going to the Cellar. And you're going to try to go to the Cellar. Because if you think you're just going to, how many times have I been out front now? And there's like, can we buy tickets? and the door guy goes, no. You can get on
with
standby.
The little laugh? With the little
well,
laugh? Well,
because it's ridiculous. It's a little ridiculous that he
You
can.
hear that question a lot.
You know what I mean? And those
we chuckled for the completely opposite reason. Can you buy tickets? Yeah, come on.
What time is the show tonight? What time can you be here?
I mean, give me a list of the comics that would go on a show on a Friday night or Saturday night.
In the early days when we first started?
No, last week. Do you know?
He's not nice. That's what I was telling you about. But go ahead.
That was funny.
Perfectly charming.
That was I'm a great guy.
Absolutely.
He's such an ass. Go ahead.
Bill Maher.
Wow.
Rita Rudner.
Oh, my God.
Ron Darien.
Who?
Ron Darien was the funniest of so far the ones he'd mentioned anyway.
Really?
He was really the one everybody looks forward to.
He was a great act, Ron. Ron was a great act.
As far as I understand,
Jonathan
I never saw
Solomon.
that classic William Shatner impression.
Yeah.
I think Ron Darien was the first guy to do that.
I would say that what's his name? Kevin
Pollock.
Did the Ron Darien with William Shatner, which is derived from the Frank Gorshin William Shatner, which was really influenced by the Will Jordan William Shatner.
You're bullshitting now?
Which was a derivative of the Rich Little William Shatner.
I had never seen Wish. Anyway, let's go. Ron Darien. Sorry.
Yeah, so Ron Darien, Rita Rudner, Bill Maher.
Who's the mean one now?
Gilbert Godfrey.
I didn't interrupt you.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Gilbert. What about there's like Richard Pryor or Bill Cosby or
they're black. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I am sorry.
I don't want to bring
Weinstein is a Jew.
Don't bring up Bill Cosby. We're going to be talking about rape again.
Oh, yeah. He was one of the guys that Weinstein,
So, but did these guys come down? Were they around? Did they stop in? Or
they
was
were
that
not
the
around.
WA? Was that at the... Because they talk about comedy in the Village at the... Can you please get off your phone during the... I mean, for 1 second. That's not funny.
His wife?
You don't want to trigger me on... Listen, you don't trigger me on my wife stuff. I'm half Italian, half Irish from Boston. You don't step on the wife thing.
Doesn't mean it's not funny.
No, that's actually true. What's this is what makes me sick. This is what makes me sick about Noam. It makes me sick to my stomach. He's one of the funniest guys I know. It makes me sick that his father passed down his sense of humor to Noam, because if he's just a motherfucker, but he's one of the fastest, funniest assholes I know. Because he'll say something, you're like, you motherfucker. And then you think about it, like, that was a fucking real good one. God damn it, that son of a bitch. The club owner shouldn't be funny. That's my rule. But he is.
He is.
Thank you, Robert.
So those guys came, the Cosbys, the Pryors, the Village that those guys used to talk about, like the Cafe Wah, which was a different Wah than that Wah,
right?
And the Bitter End,
and the Bitter End,
and the Village Gate.
Right.
That was the 60s.
Oh, right, okay.
That was the 60s, maybe into the early 70s.
Right.
The Wah closed 68, so it really was 60s, like
the 60s.
What made you want to start a club? What did you see down there that you're like, oh, we do a comedy? Were you not getting in at the Improv and the other clubs? No, seriously. Was this an alternative comedy? Yeah. Eugene Merman explains that alternative comedy wasn't a different style of comedy. It was just we were doing the same comedy. It's just we were doing it at alternative venues because the Comedy Cellar and Caroline's wouldn't let us perform. So we had to find a place. Was that what the Cellar was? Like, let me find a place where I can get up whenever I want and do my thing? I
would say there's an element of that. Although right from the beginning, I said, this has to be a business. Oh, my ride's here. See, it never leaves you. Yeah. Right from the beginning, I respected the fact that it needed to be a business. Yeah. Because that it couldn't exist for my jollies. Right. And that would have to be the number one thing. Right. And as a matter of fact, that actually hurt me as a performer. In ways that I can get back to. Yeah. But to answer your question, it was not the first comedy club that I started. The first comedy club that I started, because I go way back now, in Boston. I was living in Boston. No way. Yeah. And I was looking for a place to start in Boston because that was in the days where there were no places. Barclay and Downs had the comedy connection in Boston. I know that. And that was it. Okay. And so I said, well, gee, maybe there's room for another comedy club. And there was a place called the Springfield Street Saloon that was a chuck wagon Western restaurant with wagon wheels and stage coaches. And they had they had a back room, a party room. And that was my first one. Right. And I put Stephen Wright on for the very first time any place. Wow. And the audience just stared at him. All right. But, he was just starting. Yeah. And Mitch Kapor, who went on to develop Lotus 123 and make $1 billion. Wow. Which I take credit for because...
Lotus the software?
Yeah. Because I told Mitch, listen...
whipped up now.
Yeah. See him... Lotus the software?
Software? Like if you...
Lotus was a big deal.
It was a big deal.
If you told me the guy who invented porn, I put the guy who invented porn, I'd be like, what?
That's right. And that's how...
Gary Saunders?
Well, no, but he said...
made him a Jew, by the way, for you guys.
Well, it is kind of porn because it's software. Oh! But seriously. My point, and I have one. My point.
Were you a sweat hog at any time in your life?
My wife insists that I was. Okay. Ow. But yours said nothing about it. Ow.
What I tell you about my wife? What I tell you about?
I know. But he got away with it. I thought maybe.
Yeah. No, he knows my wife.
I understand, and I'm not saying who doesn't. No, but that's not the point. That's not the point.
That's a good one. If it's a good one, I gotta let it go.
He scored.
That's right. Hey! All right. Yeah, but now I picture him grabbing my wife's tit, finger popping my wife. All right. So you and your baseball terminology.
Good analogy for a lot of things. A lot of misdeeds can be cleansed after the fact if it turns out right.
Yeah, if Harvey just had a sense of humor.
So go ahead, Stephen Wright. You're really starting at the beginning here, so we got to get moving.
We're doing an hour, okay?
Mitch Kapor. Mitch Kapor. The reason
why you didn't have any crowd back then.
I'm still where you're froming. Where you froming. So Mitch Kapor, who invented Lotus 123, the software, I take credit for the development of that because I said to him, Mitch, the comedy thing is not for you. And and he quit. He was hurt, but he went and he focused on where he should have focused. So I take credit. Anyway, and so that became the Ding Ho.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Jeez. Dude, you have the Midas touch.
I
mean, you're the guy who created... I mean, the Ding Ho, for all you dingbats out there who don't know, is where the greatest comics from Boston came from. I mean, that's the spot. And now you're talking about that, which is, I mean, in the history of comedy, is fucking up there. And now the Comedy Cellar, I mean, you're the guy.
I'm the guy.
You should be the guy that opens every... people should pay you to go in and survey. Like, no comedy club here. Like, no, you could
Where
put
do
a
I feel
comedy
it?
club. Yeah,
Where do I feel it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you walk into a place, they have a brand new room, but you're like, no, we need to put the comedy club where the Dairy Queen is. That's where it's going to be a hot spot. That's in the back.
That's exactly right.
Wow, that's crazy.
And then I had a radio show in Boston, and things were going okay, and the little club. But then we moved. I moved to New York, started a place on the Upper West Side, which I hear Jerry is going to buy. It was the Dallas Jones Swiss Chalet Barbecue on 72nd Street in the West Side.
Well, no, it's actually called the West Side Comedy Club. Isn't that
He's
it?
talking about West Side and the Park.
Oh.
Like on 72nd.
But I heard Jerry wasn't buying it.
And
he's not
no,
gonna
yeah,
buy
I
it?
heard
Wow,
he
no.
wasn't.
Of course,
Did you hear? Because it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Please
please.
don't do this to Noam today.
Please don't do this on my podcast.
Don't
Don't
bring
get
us all down.
don't give us inside information that you know, because it's going to ruin the whole trip.
What's he going to do there?
Oh God,
strip club.
Jerry's doing a strip club.
Barbecue joint.
How many seats is it?
He's doing a strip club.
Anyway, so
It's all.
So I started.
It's all over. Oh,
So I
shit.
did it. I did. So I
My side hurts.
You text Colin Quinn right now and ask him to text Jerry right now.
No, he's not. Go ahead.
So there was a little room on the Upper West Side.
Yes.
And it was the party room, and that's
Yeah.
where we started with. We started with Bill Maher and Rita
Yeah.
and Darian,
Wow.
and Jonathan Solomon, and Gabe Abelson.
That's a word. That's a comic name you don't hear anymore. Gabe. Used to be a few Gabes in comedy.
Now it's Gabriel.
Yeah, what happened to the name Gabe? I want to bring it back. You should have another kid. Name it Gabe.
I had a vasectomy.
Oh, jeez.
Jeff
You're
Stilson.
full of. You're really adding just sunshine to this podcast. Bring up Harvey Weinstein. You vasectomy. You bummed out about a new comedy club.
It's not happening.
Jeff Stilson. You remember Jeff
Oh,
Stilson?
hello.
Oh, is you bumming about the thing?
Of course I'm
Yes.
bumming about it.
What have you done?
What have I done?
Yes.
Why? What did I do?
Where did you hear that Jerry's doing
I
that?
would rather he be here. I mean, you don't want it to be a surprise if it's true.
I'd rather hear it from me on a podcast in front of everybody.
Where did you hear it?
Well, you can cut that out.
No, I'm
I
not
thought
cutting any of
everybody
this
knew.
out.
Do you think this is true?
I don't know. I heard a rumor.
Who did you
So it's a rumor. Jerry?
When did you hear it?
Jerry?
From whom?
Did Jerry call you?
Sources. And how
When
long?
I was in New York.
I think
somebody
hey.
said it to
Oh,
me.
it might have been from Natterman.
Yeah, you can't. Was it Natterman?
Maybe.
Say it. Just
I
say it
don't
was.
know. It was Natterman.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Then, yeah, there you go. Yeah, anything out of Natterman's mouth, he's okay with. He knows it's a lie. No, it's all right. Don't worry about it. I was having lunch with Jerry. He told me.
The reason I think he might not do it is because he's such good friends with Chris Mazzilli at Gotham. They're like pals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would want to become a competitor to his friend.
Yeah.
He doesn't need the money.
Yeah.
Maybe he has a different concept of something that he thinks is
Well, there you go.
very...
And there goes this
Natterman.
podcast. So, anyways,
It was
relax.
Natterman.
It was Natterman.
Natterman.
So, anyways, back to you.
So then,
did you give Jerry the blessing?
I didn't talk to him about it. And then, but it was kind of working, kind of not. But we had a couple of good reviews, like
Right.
the New York Post and a couple of places gave us good reviews.
Right.
So so then I said, it's not happening.
Right.
So I said, where else can I go?
Yeah.
And I called Dom Irera.
Yeah.
You know Dom.
I love Dom.
So I called Dom.
Bada
Irera.
bing.
Bada boom. And I said to Dom, where else should I go? He said, why don't you go to the Village? There's a ton of people down there. So I went down to the Village and I looked for places that had an upstairs, a downstairs, a back, something.
Yeah.
And then I walked past the Comedy Cellar like 3 times because in those days it was not the welcoming kind of place. It was a staircase, and who the hell knows what's going on down there?
Well, it's still a little. I give people credit to walk down those stairs. All these just chubby foreigners making their way down that like this steep angled staircase.
In those days, actually, the sign was a little bit lower.
Was it?
They would always bang their heads.
I remember that. When did you upgrade?
We did it. When my father's still alive, he
raised the sign.
But
I remember that.
It was a price tag because the open picture windows in the olive tree open out, they were much bigger, and we had to make them smaller in order to accommodate the signs.
Really? Wow.
See, there's a lot goes into this. People think, you just book comics. Well, there's a lot that goes into it.
Let me just fast forward a little bit. You go. You go in and you meet Manny. And
Yes.
you have to persuade him, or is it easy?
I walked in. I had the reviews with me,
That's great.
and I said, "What are you doing with the room downstairs?"
Right.
And he said, "It's a Brazilian piano bar."
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, Billy Blanco, right?
Yeah, Billy Blanco and Anna was the other girl. I forget her last name.
She
Was there a little rugrat running around going me?
No.
No, okay. Come on, I made Liz laugh. I don't care. That's my audience.
Your road, Lauren, will laugh at anything you say.
Whoa!
Oh, she's your Liz, road Liz.
Go ahead. So
Go ahead.
so you met my father.
Yes.
This is the problem with having somebody like Noam on the podcast. He loses as soon as it's not about rape or politics. He loses. Go ahead.
It's not my
So,
father. I'm interested in this.
all right, go ahead. Well, act a little
I want to
interested.
say that because I know that my father took to Bill immediately because they both came from kind of the same Yiddish culture. So
Yeah.
they were like kindred spirits in that.
Yes.
So it's true that a lot of things, a lot of success that Jews have is because it's like
Yeah, they keep it in the family.
keep it in the family.
They keep it in the family.
Yeah, they keep it in the family.
I thought you brought your lawyer.
It really was that. He really liked that. He actually couldn't get that from me.
Really? So you
So I said to him, I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Brazilian piano bar." And I repressed that
Robert.
Yeah.
that
Boo.
reaction. That really? I repressed that.
Right.
I said, "Okay, well, what time does it start?"
Could you imagine if he just was like, "No, Brazilian piano, it's gonna work. It's gonna work."
It actually was working.
Yeah, it worked.
Well, it was working, and I said, "Well, what time do you get busy?" He says, "Like 10 o'clock." I said, "Okay," and I showed him the reviews.
Yeah.
I said, "I want to do a comedy room,
Yeah.
and we'll start at 8 o'clock, and we'll be out by the time the Brazilian piano bar starts.
Yeah.
And if any of your people come early,
Yeah.
they can stay. They can
Yeah.
come early. There's
Yeah.
something going on. The room's live,
Yeah.
right? And if any of our people want to stay, they can stay.
Yeah.
And then we'll do a cover, we'll do a minimum, and then et cetera, et cetera." And then he said, "Well, basically," he said, "I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but it sounds like I can't lose."
Wow.
And I said, "Yeah, you can't lose. Are we going to win a lot? I don't know. Are we going to win a little? I don't know. But we can't lose because there's no way to lose." And so that's how the whole thing started.
Now, let me ask you this. Now, how old were you when this happened? How old?
I was like 20.
Now, did you go down and see the comedy and go, "What the fuck is this?"
19.
Were you like, "What are they doing down here, Dad?" I mean, you saw the Brazilian piano bar. Did you go down one?
Awesome. I still think it really was awesome. And
Nobody-
came in. His daughter came in not so long ago.
Nobody likes Brazil. Nobody. All right, listen. I could put a donkey rides in front of the cellar, be a
Dude,
hit
there
for
was
a
lot
month.
of Brazilian girls dancing around.
I'm in. I'm sorry.
It was
I'm in.
awesome.
Let's do it. Hey, can we do?
Do it
Let's
night.
bring it
Wanna
back.
do it night?
Let's bring it back at the
One more
Pussycat.
show in the Pussycat.
One more show. Let's do it every
There's a
Wednesday.
big market for Brazilian music.
All right, move on. Were you excited about the?
No, I wasn't excited about it.
Really?
No, but I was in college. I wasn't really.
You didn't
Nothing
comedy. So
going on.
they had these guys down there doing comedy. Now, did you know it? No one was famous at the people that you were bringing down weren't famous at the time.
Not at all. All I wanted to do was be like the fourth room in Manhattan. There was the Strip, there
Right.
was Catch, there was
The
the
Improv.
improv. I just wanted to be the fourth room. I just wanted to eke out, some kind of business,
Yeah.
some kind of living. Didn't expect this.
But did it ever come to fruition while you were there?
Yeah. Oh, we started selling out shows on Saturday, and then
Now, what was
multiple shows and Friday, and that.
So-
But
Yes.
nothing like what Noam and Liz and Esty have done
Yeah.
since
Yeah.
since I left.
Yeah, let's just say no, because we'll
Bill
all have to hear about
Bill
it.
made
We'll-
one. There was one bone of contention between him and my father, and I don't know that Bill was wrong, but history proved him wrong. But he might not have been wrong at the time that he was saying this. Things may have changed.
Yeah.
To be fair to Bill, but Bill always regarded the weeknights as a lost cause. Bill very much felt that the weekends were the show,
Yeah.
and during the week it was whatever you could do.
Yeah.
And my father said, "No, I want." So there was always like friction about getting the best names to come down during the week.
Right.
You remember this, right?
No, I don't remember any of this.
Yeah.
FaceTime.
No.
Yeah. So, and it used to bug my father, but it was many, many years before the weeknights actually started kicking in. So I don't know that it was possible at the time that Bill was there.
I think. Well, it's funny because to do comics instinctually, you work weekends. Yeah. So it's in your brain, you work weekends. You do spots during the week at crappy places just to work stuff up, or you go on the road and you work weekends. So it makes sense what you're saying from a comics point of view, but there is these uncanny, his father did have these things that he would implement. He'd be like, what the fuck is that? And it worked.
His father was a natural showman and a natural impresario. Yeah. And even though comedy was a new genre for him, the basic physics of show business cross all genres. And he had a long history of being a showman in that neighborhood, in that milieu. And he... Yeah, no,
you just used like 9 big words.
What?
9 big words.
I just used 9 big words?
9.
One of them wasn't even English.
Genre. What was the last one?
Genre. That's
genre and milieu.
Milieu. 2 French words. Wow. Maybe Weinstein wants to fuck me.
And if not Weinstein.
You know, the French thing makes people crazy.
So here you are. You open this up. What makes you go bye-bye? What makes you let this up?
Why did you leave
You made money.
He just up and left.
Oh, that's a story.
He really up and left.
Nah, here's the story.
Did you get a gig?
No. It was the first time going to Los Angeles.
I don't know if Bill's still bitter about this, but there was at one time Bill did want to become a partner.
Yes.
And we can talk about this, right? It doesn't matter now.
Well, it doesn't matter now. I'll be dead in 22 years. Who cares?
22.
I think that's how Jews are. We're very actuarial.
I have term life insurance, and I wanted to save a couple $100. I'm only good till January of 2041.
And my father didn't. It was funny. My father just did not believe in partners because he had a very, very bad experience.
Very bad experience.
Yes.
And so they couldn't come to terms on that. And I think at that point, maybe Bill then began to look for other options. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I had to. I felt like I felt like I was at a crossroads.
Uh-huh.
I had done some interesting things.
Hang on one second. Just pause. Shut the phone off.
Is that Dawn?
Just shut the phone off.
You want me to text her while you're doing this? I'll tell her we're doing podcast.
No, just shut the. Take it out. Just take it out. Unscrew the back, and then now just slide it up, and then.
I'm holding this position for no reason at all.
Yeah, just hold that position. You don't have to hold that position. Oh. It's not the old days. It's not film.
I'm a very disciplined performer. I can hold this position as long as you need.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Liz. Thank you very much.
Okay. So
did you hit record?
Yes, it's recorded.
Okay, great. We're back.
Sure? Okay.
Yeah, okay, good.
You're at a crossroads.
You're at a
So I was
crossroads.
and
Yes.
I had been doing some interesting things in addition to the Comedy Cellar.
Yes.
I had a radio show on WNBC in New York where I was on Saturday and Sunday afternoons.
The Wild Bill Grundfest show.
The Wild Bill Grundfest show, which some people still actually remember. That, like even in L.A., people say, "Are you the guy?"
With his wife.
Let's no. So
she was the
so
she was the brains in that album.
No,
she was somewhere
the best.
But
he's the best.
He's
he's the worst, but he's the best. I'm just glad it's on you, not me.
I'm half Irish and half Italian, so don't fuck with his wife. Wait, that came out wrong. It's something like that, I'm pretty sure. And if I was tougher, I would know.
So you and your wife had a radio show?
No, would you leave it? So it was Saturday and Sunday afternoons from 2 to 7, and then also I would sit in, I would fill in when Don Imus was gone, or Super Sales was gone, or Joey Reynolds was gone, and I would do all of that. Right. So it was a great gig. Right?
Yeah.
And then I was doing.
Now you're running the cellar. Are you picking the?
Yes.
Are you making?
Yes.
So they had to go through you.
Everything.
You were the gatekeeper.
Yes, I was.
So you had a lot of power. You were wielding a lot of power. Now, did you wield it in the right way,
yes,
or
I
did you ever take advantage of it? like
You
a
mean like Harvey
Lucian,
Weinstein?
like a yeah. Hey Kelly, come in here. No, just massage me. You want spots on Saturday?
No, it'd be to Kelly Rogers that I would be saying that, and put down the guitar, and
Nobody knows who that is.
Yeah.
Mine bombed. You should have just let it die.
Didn't you and Rita Rudner have a?
No,
You fucked Rita Rudner?
No.
Oh, so, it's an exclusive.
Although, let me say that Rita is just
Has great boobs.
just most graceful, person.
Yeah.
Most graceful female comedian that's ever been on a stage, and the most disciplined writer. She has a dancer's mentality. She was a dancer, a Broadway show level dancer.
I was too. Go ahead.
Okay, and she would have the composition notebooks, and she'd always be writing jokes. She took that same dancer's discipline to joke writing, and she had that same point of view, always.
Right.
The one that she has now, she had back then.
Okay, so did you or didn't you?
No.
Did you make out with her?
No.
Nothing at all. You shared an apartment with her, didn't you?
No. I sublet her apartment from her and didn't change any of the decor. And so, when women came over, they thought I was half a fruit,
Yeah, half a fruit. You're all a fruit. There's no half a fruit.
It's a fruit bowl.
Yeah, you have evening gowns hanging in the closet. You're not half a fruit.
I'm the whole produce section.
Let me ask you. So you had all this power. You were running this. You had all this stuff going on in New York City.
No, I'll tell you, we did the exact opposite. And Manny was on the same page with me right from the beginning.
Yes.
We did the exact opposite. The reason to me, the DNA of the club boils down to how we treated, respected, liked the comedians.
Yes.
I mean, it boils down to that.
It goes down, let me tell you, from a comedian who works there now and has, I think, almost 20 years, might be, it comes down from the top.
Yes.
Okay, so when the door guy treats me with respect, when the waitress treats me with respect, even if they don't fucking wanna, they do. It's because the owners and the managers, everybody's like, look, you fucking treat these guys good. Not that we can, get out of line or be assholes, but you go to some clubs, they don't give a fuck when you're on stage. The manager doesn't give a shit about you. They just don't fucking care. And if you care about the comedians care about the club, they're loyal to the club. The greatest comedians want to work there, then you have the greatest shows ever. And it's this culmination of that. So that's interesting that you say that.
It was right from the very beginning. Yeah. And like when I would say to guys, hey, come down, I know it's a schlep to come down from the Improv, know. So we're going to pay you a little bit more than the other clubs,
which they do too.
That's right.
Right.
And so it started right then.
Yeah.
Going to pay you a little more than the other clubs. Still not going to pay you what you're actually worth.
Yeah.
But going to pay you more.
Yeah. So you gave them, what was it? 10 cents a show.
10 cents a dance. And also we said, as opposed to like some of the uptown clubs where you get a one drink ticket and you can order anything from this 16th part of the menu. We said, come down, eat, drink. This is your place.
Having a gig at the Cellar when I first moved to New York was dinner. I mean, getting in at the Cellar to go down and have chicken kebab with rice and Israeli salad and a drink and and it was like free. It was like, oh my God. It was.
Are they planning a restaurant at Seinfeld's club? You don't know. Curious. It's on my mind.
It's going to be on his mind forever.
Nataman just called. Nataman just called. He said he was wrong, and he was wrong to tell me and spread such rumor.
So here you go.
So I said,
but now, did you know Noam back then?
Yeah. I knew him because.
Okay, but here's my. Did you like him?
Yes. You want to know something?
Yeah.
I don't know that I ever said this to you.
Oh.
There were.
He didn't say it yet. Let him say it. It might not be good.
No, but there were times where fathers and sons have their their
fights,
moments, friction.
Yeah,
and he would say something. Manny would say something to me, whatever, and I would say, "Hey, relax.
Yeah,
it's your son, and by the way, he's your son.
Yeah.
So you got to give him some slack, some understanding, because he's got a little bit of you in him. So where's that going to go?
Yeah.
So let's just all relax and
Yes.
So
Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
I mean, I don't know what you're thanking him for. He
He tried to tell my father to ease up on me a little bit.
Oh, all right.
You know, there's an old rabbinical story.
So he says. If your father was alive, you probably have. No, I'm kidding.
There's a rabbinical story about an old rabbi in the 1800s and he was in the marketplace, and I can't believe
This is the first rabbinical story on any YK
ever. Go look up rabbinical. Just pause right now and say, Siri, what does rabbinical mean? But you have to say it like this: rabbinical.
It's next to genre and milieu. And so he was in the marketplace, and his student said, Rabbi, is there anybody here in the marketplace who's guaranteed a place in heaven?
Yes.
And the rabbi looks around and he says, no. And then two guys walk in, and they're dressed weird, and they don't have fringes on their clothes.
Yeah.
And he says, those two. And so the students run over and go, what do you do? What do you do? And they say, we're comedians. We're comedians, and we make, if people are sad, we make them laugh.
Yeah.
And when there are quarrels, we try to bring peace.
Yeah.
And so even the rabbis taught that comedians are guaranteed a place in heaven.
Right.
Is this true?
This is true. This is true.
Oh, thank God. I've done so much bad shit. With all this Weinstein stuff coming up, I'm like, I'm going to hell.
Never heard that.
Yeah, it is true. As a matter of fact, my rabbi made this part of his sermon on Yom Kippur, which we just had.
Let's get off your phone, would you? Get off the phone for 10 seconds. Don't leave.
13:10.
So,
And then in 1982,
yes.
and then in fourth grade,
But here, what are you knocking with? Your eyebrows? Ow! Come on here.
We're right back.
Oh God,
no wonder.
this is. Mark Coen just showed up. Sit down. Sit down over here. Sit right here. Sit right there. Liz, let him have that. No, sit over here. No. Sit right here. Yeah.
How are you?
Hi, buddy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh my God, this is. I feel like I'm in a bar mitzvah right now. Are we at Jewish camp?
It's almost a minion.
We're at Camp Owlcrest right now.
It's telling a rabbinical story.
Oh, really?
Yeah, move down here. Move over here. Move down here. You got to get in the camera.
Let me check. Harvey, take another look.
You said a mouthful.
Jeez, they got a Jewish foster father for 3 years. I'd be uncomfortable right now.
What's that? Oh yeah, we're not on TV.
No, we are. We're videotaping right there.
Oh, we are. Oh.
Wait, I'm not in the shot. Wait a second.
No, you're in the shot. All right, now you're like my foster father.
Wow.
Back up a little bit.
That's too much.
Listen.
Now I'm uncomfortable.
I make a good living.
Oh, Jesus, man. I knew once Mark came in, the speed on this podcast was
Who is this Jesus you speak of?
All right, listen. So we're all the way up to where
fourth grade,
where he started. The Comedy Cellar, and he had all the things going on, and him and Manny, he wanted a piece or be a partner. Manny was basically like, no. He saved Noam and Manny's relationship numerous times.
No, I'm not. I'm just said that in the balance of things that goes back to the rabbinical story that people who, while I know we're all a bunch of comedy whores, but in terms of actually believing in what one does, I feel like if I could cure cancer, I'd be out someplace in a lab curing cancer. I can't cure cancer.
I think the rabbis hadn't heard Robert's act.
Yeah, I don't think
Ever heard the dick jokes and the blowing in my asshole?
Well, listen, I blew it.
You been writing?
Hang on. That's a great joke. That's a great joke. And I did it because I love my son. Don't take that out of context. See the joke before you write that blog on that one.
I'm not sure what context that would work in, but go ahead.
Well, he had baby rash. All right, so you start the comedy. So now this thing. Now, Mark, you were there when he was there, or did you come after?
He was there.
I was there pretty close, but you had already been going for a little bit.
Yeah. No, he's asking if you came to the Comedy Cellar after I'd left.
Yes, as a matter of fact, but
No. You came to the Comedy Cellar while I was still
correct,
there.
Right.
Yes.
But you weren't there the first night I was there. Esty
was there.
called another club,
right?
Say,
yes.
And they sent me down.
Yes.
And it worked out good for like 2 weeks.
And then Rick got.
And then I got in trouble with Rick Crum.
Why?
What'd you do?
I know.
Oh my
What'd you do?
I didn't really do anything. I did a I remember Queen of the Road. I used to do Queen of the Road.
Wasn't that Rick?
That's Queen with the Load.
See, I made it funny.
Wow,
I didn't go to the gutter. He went right to the gutter.
gutter.
Who's going to hell now? Go ahead.
But so he thought he didn't know where it was coming from. He thought
Right.
I was against the homosexuals,
Yeah.
as they speak.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. And so I was actually kicked out of the cellar for a little while.
Really?
Yeah.
But then you and Rick
That was
became
'cause Rick
fast
was-
We're very good
friends.
friends. Now, yeah, I mean, it was a
friends.
misunderstanding.
Can you say hissy fit? Rick, like my father never.
You can say hissy fit. You can't say sissy fit.
My father always defended you. And
At
so
that
did his
point,
girlfriend,
yeah.
Claudie. Claudie was a big Mark Coen fan.
Your father had a girlfriend?
Yeah. This is before Ava.
Did you turn the mic off? Did Liz turn it off with her thumb? No. Okay, go ahead.
So, but was that? But I don't. You were actually banned.
I was, Esty said don't come by anymore.
Oh my God!
For like a couple weeks. I don't know
Gay
how
jokes,
it ended.
gay
actually.
jokes.
But you sure that was because of
that
something
was-
that, or she didn't see your set?
She said Sheka Bavakasha for the 50th time this week. It's no good.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, really?
Google that too. Shaka bashaka sha.
Jews.
It wasn't.
So-
It probably
so-
sounds worse than it was, but that really what
So
happened.
now, was the cellar? Can you get off your phone? You're like a 13-year-old girl,
It's somebody texting me about a comedian,
right?
and all I could read so far was it was consensual. I swear to God. But okay, we'll talk about it later. But
No. Wait a minute.
Let me
I can't talk about it. I can't.
Okay, of course you can.
That's what Harvey Weinstein used to say. Let me finish.
But that's what made. So I asked somebody who used to work there, like, do you remember when you was that okay? That Harvey Weinstein reminded me. She said, no, it was consensual,
What you did.
and it wasn't me.
Oh, sorry.
What, some comedian and some girl did? And
Really?
she said it was consensual?
Yeah, I was just checking. It's years ago.
Okay, so listen.
Do I know the girl?
Yeah.
Do I know the girl?
Yes,
Do I know the comedian?
yes.
Really?
It rhymes-
Really?
It rhymes
You're
with,
going to do that to us?
It rhymes with Bowie DK.
Bowie DK. Bowie DK.
As long as it doesn't rhyme with...
Bowie. Keith Robinson? What?
As long as it doesn't rhyme with Blondell Harridan.
You've out-referenced the couch.
And this couch knows how to reference.
we know it's not Tick Chrome. Oh, sorry.
You actually said
I just said his name. Listen, so now the Comedy Cellar's popping right now, right?
Yeah.
It's killing. You come in.
It was doing all right.
So it wasn't killing.
It was doing all
Well,
right.
when I
You were doing good.
When I left,
Yes.
we were doing.
Did you leave on good terms?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Manny's.
pumping when I started there. It was jamming till.
Yeah.
We were doing 3 shows on Saturday.
Yeah.
We're doing
That's how you talk.
3 shows,
Not like this.
2 shows on Friday,
Two shows on Friday.
2 shows on Friday, 3 shows on Saturday,
Yes.
2 shows on Friday,
Yes.
and then 1 long show every other night of the week, like a continuous show.
Yeah, that's what they used to have when I started at the Cellar. I remember she would call you up to host, and you'd want to cry because it was from 9
Till
to 2, unless Godfrey was on the last spot. Then it was 9 to 3 because he would ignore the light, and then 20 minutes over the light, and you'd flick it on off. He goes, "Oh, did you give me the light?" I started lighting his money on fire. I would hold his money in the thing, and I'd light it on fire.
But you want to know something about those long hours?
Yes.
Some people turned
Yes.
that to their advantage.
It was school.
It was school.
For 10,000 hours.
Yeah,
That's right.
It was more
Yeah.
than that. Actually, it was pretty good to MC.
And
during the week.
Jon Stewart, as a matter of fact, look that up too.
Booert.
Jon Stewart.
Is he Jewish too?
He
Yes.
and he actually told us to the L.A. Times. They did an interview with him, and among the things that he talked about was how I would give him midnight to 2 to host.
Yeah.
And he said that's when he really learned the most.
That's when he came up with Yidlock.
Google that. Do you have a Torah?
But the funny thing was, in New York,
he's
is-
No, can I say something to that?
Yes.
I agree with that because I used to have to do 9 to 2, and it was just when you first got it, you're like, oh my God. But halfway through a 2-year stint of hosting, I was like, I'm going to kill myself. And then Tom Pop actually told me that it's the best because you're learning how to go up fresh, cold crowd, get them, let them go. And then have somebody murder, go back up, get them again, let them go. Go with somebody. Now somebody bombs. You got to get them, let them go. And you had to learn how to let a crowd go when you got them and get them back.
And give up your ego to the show.
Give up your ego to the show.
Learn that part, but
what it taught me.
place to learn.
It taught me.
If you were going to learn that, that would have been good to learn.
I did learn that because by it's not debatable. It says the man with the biggest ego in the room. Okay,
I didn't say it. but the weird thing is when you go from New York to L.A. I was like, hey, let me MC, and they're like, okay. And then I get a call from some of the managers like, don't MC at the clubs in L.A. because you'll be the MC.
Yeah.
And the MC is like the worst guy on the show. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It should be the best guy or one of the,
Yeah.
Well,
no, but you know what I mean? It should be somebody that can do what you said.
That's right. Get them back.
Yeah.
If
But people always hate hosting, but it's like middle, like even on the road. I always say the middler is the worst spot because it's the best spot. You do 20 minutes. It doesn't matter. You'll kill. It's your best 20. No weight of the show's on you. You're not selling tickets. You're not opening up the room. You don't have to go. The host is the hardest. But you learn the most because you have to learn how to control that massive crowd and get them. And as soon as you get them, let them go to the next guy.
I love the middle though that's on the road and is just spend the whole week trying to bury you, the headliner. It's like I'm going to get so I can headline.
Yeah, I like that too. It never happens.
They look horrible. You come across as a bad.
The road. We do the road.
I know. That's the place outside of New York City.
Yeah, outside. Yes.
Got it. That's
Did no one fall asleep?
What are you doing, Noam?
I have shit going on.
What do you have going on, Noam?
Somebody else is getting.
you're on the.
Mark Coen says help. I'm at the door.
No.
Help.
Noam has a lot of stuff going on.
You wouldn't let me check my phone the whole time. That's why you're stuck out there.
I've been there since 9 this morning. What time?
Just knock on the door.
On the phone, you're screaming at me. He's outside trying to get in.
And I hear you guys are having a good time.
You must have heard us laughing.
I heard the fake laughter.
That was from him. Listen. Well, I mean, now I just want to. We're going to wrap this up now. I could talk. Well,
We're having such a good time
because Noam is deteriorating. I know Noam.
You don't need me. You don't need me. You guys.
No,
are great.
because I need you because we're getting into your era. We're going to be getting into your era
I'll
because
get to it.
I'm trying to.
1940s.
These fucking mule and quims want to just yap. I hosted. It was 2-9, and then I came in and I took the thing over. And then I'm kidding.
I want to say this.
Yeah,
When
please.
Bill left.
We
didn't know, and it was like, is there life after Bill Grundfest? Like, what are we going to do? Like there was most people probably thought we were done.
Right.
Just for the record.
Yes.
But instead, the business bloomed.
Turns out
It was unbelievable. It was holding you back for the 20 years.
You're a weight on Manny's chest.
it was a big silver lining.
the 90s.
But at the time,
Rick became funny.
at the time, Bill was Bill had an illusion of such. Well, I don't call it an illusion, but Bill had the whatever. Like, we thought he was really important.
You said illusion. You said illusion.
I said on purpose.
I didn't know Rick was gay. Listen to me. I swear to God, I didn't know he was gay for the
He wasn't
first,
gay when I was talking
For the first 2 weeks.
the first 3 years I was working in the cellar. And then Pete Corley comes off stage one night. He goes, "Jesus, this guy's gay." And I go, "Rick? He's gay?" He goes, "Dude," and he points in. Rick's going, "You can sacrifice your sacro, sitting in the back row." And I was like, "Oh my God, I never knew it."
You know, gaydar, it goes off when he's alone.
Beep beep beep. I'm sorry, that's just my gaydar.
I only meant that to say that Bill was really the man. Like,
Yeah.
it was really like there was everybody had to figure out how we're going to recover from Bill.
Right.
It was Zucker before Rick, though, right?
Yes.
Before Rick.
Charles Zucker was there for like a year.
Who was great.
He was great. He was great.
Yeah.
But
Where did you go? You went to LA.
I went to LA.
And you. What happened? You became a writer on a show, correct?
Yeah. What happened was this: before I left, I had done a couple of
Don't rush him,
specials.
Robert.
Liz, I've only
there in his own time. Go
I've
ahead,
been
Bill.
talking for 90
You were still
minutes.
the rabbinical story. Go ahead.
So I was.
I like his words.
I had done a couple. And then in 5th grade,
And then
I had done a couple of.
one time
You were in one of my specials. Yes.
The chicken.
The chicken that ate Christmas. I did a couple of specials for VH1.
Yes.
VH1 wanted to do, because I had the radio show on NBC.
Yes.
Right? I had the Comedy Cellar.
Yes.
Right? And VH1 started becoming interested.
Right.
Let's do a comedy special. You
Yeah.
know, let's do on you.
Right.
Well, so I never told you. So how else are you going to find out? So
why do you turn into a rabbi? What are you going to do? Never going to do it. I'll tell you right now if you shut your face.
Phil actually has to become less Jewish to impersonate a rabbi.
Tone it down. Good. Yes.
So they wanted me to do a comedy special, right?
Yes.
I said, great idea. But here's the problem was I knew something they didn't know, which is I had no act. And
How do you not have an act? You open up the
it
cellar.
wouldn't withstand. I did not feel that my act would withstand the scrutiny of a stand-up special.
Because you were a host.
I was
the essence of a host.
Yes,
but in a good way.
I was an entertainer. I didn't have, and I never had become. I never became as good as I wanted to be.
Right.
So as a comic.
Yeah.
Still, but my point is this. And so we did the first special. I said, how about this?
Yeah.
For the same amount of money that you were going to spend on the stand-up, right?
Yeah.
I'll write a whole script, and it'll be a thing, and it'll be like a romantic comedy. And I wrote this thing. And Jessica Tuck, who was a soap opera star at the time, she was like, it was like a Harry Met Sally thing, and we used the music videos in the course of telling the story, and it went great. It went terrific.
You were like
And they gave me
writing
a
it
second
as it
one.
was going, right? Do I remember that correctly? I might be wrong.
Well, you have to adjust as you go. But so that went really well, and they gave me a second one that Mark was in. It was called The Chicken That Ate Christmas, and it was and he played. It was about a guy, a real asshole, like a real. I played the asshole. Okay. Typecasting, and. He's about a guy who worked for a chemical waste company.
Have you been dying to tell this story for a long time?
I told it last night.
Okay. Woo! You can't get them. We haven't got them yet. Go ahead.
I have to be less Jewish to be a rabbi.
That's going to be in his act. He's like, I wrote a new joke.
I stole from someplace completely novel. So I played a guy who chemical waste company. We didn't make the chemicals; we just made the waste.
Okay.
And
these things work on batteries.
I got
Yeah, we need to speed this shit up, okay? What showed you right on?
So then,
not the first one, the good one.
That's what turned me on to the idea of maybe writing was going to be the thing,
right?
Because I was at that point I was 34.
Yeah,
and I looked in the mirror and I said, you know something? I've had this shot, I've had this shot, I've had this shot. If I was going to become a star, it would be happening.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Right.
But the writing was cutting through, and people started.
Hang on 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I went to L.A. with my scripts under my arms, and I just schmoozed people, and I would say, meet people every place. I'd say, and they would say, what do you do? I'd say, well, I'm a writer.
Right.
And they would say, I'd love to read your stuff sometime.
Oh, cool.
And instead of, everybody says, I'd love to read your stuff sometime. But I would hand them my stuff.
Oh, my God.
I'd hand them an envelope with 3 scripts in it.
Wow.
And that's what they would say. They would say, wow.
Yeah, I was kidding.
Exactly. But about
you had homework for people.
Yes. But about 25% 95% of the people that I gave scripts to actually would call me and say, "Hey, I enjoyed it," or whatever.
Really?
Thanks, whatever.
That's a good percentage.
And then that is a good percentage. Yeah. And then one of them called to say, "We want to option this thing."
Hey, my name's Loretta. I met you on a bus. You gave me the script.
On his punchline.
Oh, sorry.
One option this thing is called.
It's called "Whoops, I'm the President."
Oh, never mind.
You stepped on my punchline, you fucking asshole.
Heard of.
I was doing a black.
What were you going to say?
I did a black lady in a bus. Was one of the ladies that I had a character with a backstory.
I did a black lady on a bus.
Loretta. I'm Loretta. You gave me the script on the bus. I think it was good. You know what I mean? You stepped on my punchline.
When did Barry Diamond show up?
I really thought I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. I thought
No, it's a fucking. We're at another fucking script.
Another tunnel.
Get to the good one, would ya?
It's a tunnel.
Oh my God! Can you not make us read? This is like reading the story.
Meets Uncle Milty.
No, but listen, I'm gonna So it was called "Whoops, I'm the President." It was about a comedian who, for a publicity stunt, runs for president and accidentally wins.
Bill, nobody's going to buy it now. All right?
No, they're making it now.
Are they making it?
No, they have this thing, The Mayor. There's about an entertainer who runs for mayor and wins. It's a black guy. You wouldn't be interested.
I love black people. Why would you say that? Yeah, I don't have them go glassed at my comedy show, but or first because they're late. No, I'm kidding. Come on, we can make fun of the Jews, not the blacks. George is black, right, George? Absolutely. There you go.
So listen.
Absolutely.
So we do a table
Say it
read.
again.
We do a table read. Here's who the table read is.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're going to Cavell. You're
Okay.
going to Cavell.
Okay.
You think we're almost at
Bill Maher.
Wow.
Bill Maher played the guy.
Yep.
The comedian.
Okay.
Larry Miller played his agent, who becomes the chief of staff. In the White House.
Yep.
Mickey Dolenz directed.
Wow.
Monkeys?
Yeah, George Wallace was Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you can imagine how funny that table read was.
That's crazy. I mean, that's a pretty epic. Those guys are all hilarious, and you know. And
then I got my first job. To make it long story short,
yes,
too late for that.
I got my first job. The show got canceled, and then Mad About You got made, and I was with the pilot.
Yes,
with Paul.
Ooh.
With the Mad About
You were in the pilot.
I was
as a writer.
Yeah,
as the head writer.
No.
You were a producer?
I was a writer producer throughout the show from the beginning.
Wow.
And you became head writer. You became head writer, right?
No. I was.
You became a writer who gave head.
How do you think I got the job? I was supervising producer of the show, but I wrote more episodes than anybody else ever wrote.
That's amazing. So you were one of the writers on the show. A hit show for what? 8 years, 9 years,
7 years,
7 years.
And then
sorry,
yeah, and then so that did very well. And then development deals after that, and then other stuff. And then I did. And then one of the things that I in my career is I did a thing for Showtime with Richard Pryor where I actually produced Richard's last two projects of his life.
Really?
Some say that's what killed him. But the point is, the point is there's actually title pages that say written by Richard Pryor and Billy Grundfest.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
Did you frame that?
Frame it, laminated it,
yes.
have a wallet size.
Hand it to people at Starbucks.
That's
Would
right.
you like to read something?
Along with 3 scripts.
You were little Bill Grundfest, right? Or is that a joke? I remember that. Were you little Bill Grundfest?
No, it was Wild Bill Grundfest.
Wild.
No, I'm talking about when you were naked.
You were little. You were little Mark Coen.
I was little Mark
That's
Coen.
what all the girls named you.
Ooh, all the waitresses.
So now, but all right, I'm going to wrap this up. But you guys came in. You came in after that. Now, you're in the cellar right before me. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
A few years before.
And now it starts kicking in. But I remember when I came to the cellar, it was dead. I mean, we'd be there on a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday. Nobody was there. We'd have to perform in front of maybe 15 people, 10 people, keep going. And then people would slowly filter in and out. And
there were times that Manny would make the wait. I mean, there was not one person in the audience, and he would make the waitresses sit there, so there was somebody, and the comedians had to go up,
right,
just so somebody would see a show going on,
And then
business dipped. In the 90s, I guess there was
every place.
Industry
late 90s,
every place,
mid 90s,
mid 90s to the
dipped in the 90s,
and then in 2000s. It picked up, but now here we are again. It's saturated again.
It's never been like this.
It's never been like this, but it's
crazy, huh?
Do you think it's going to die? Do you think it's going to go back down? All right, relax.
No, but you guys, it's seriously in New York.
Why do you say
in
that?
New York, it's a different world. comedy wise?
Well,
I mean, it's saturated maybe in New York, but not
I think comedy
necessarily
now,
in the country,
comedy now in New York especially, but around. I mean, comics became the new rock stars. People started seeing comedians like they saw bands like Aerosmith selling out the Garden all around. I mean, these comics, comics.
Bill Burr sold out the Garden, and he doesn't even have a show.
Right,
just on the strength of his stand-up.
Stand-up, and
what does he do? What do you mean he doesn't have a show?
He doesn't have a TV show.
He does have a TV.
He has probably from YouTube videos and whatever's going and specials.
He has a TV show on
Madison Square Garden.
Stop! He has He has a TV show on Netflix.
What TV show is it?
It's an animated TV show about his family. It's on his second season. So he does have a show. Yes, he did prior to that. But I don't want to say he doesn't have a show. They do have a show because I'm going to hear Bill has a show. Tell Noam to shut his face.
I'm trying to say how great he is.
He is great. No, he is great. He's unbelievable on the merit of his stand-up is what you're saying. Yeah. But even beyond that, like comedy, people used to come and see plays or go to the theater or stuff. Now you come to New York City, you're going to a comedy club. And it's the Cellar. I mean, you're coming to the Cellar to see a show.
And on top of that, as I recently learned, that not only is the Cellar like the comedy show you got, but in all of New York's attractions, across all the attractions, the Comedy Cellar is like the number 2 thing.
What's number 1?
On TripAdvisor. It's Mark. You got a punchline?
The comic strip.
Wow.
it was like I think number 1 was like the Big Apple Bus or something.
I mean, I don't know if I could have.
The number 1 attraction.
It was like the Big Apple Bus.
I could have.
It goes up and down in TripAdvisor.
I couldn't have set you up any.
And I didn't have it. I had to toss it.
I should have gave you a day to write it out.
Are people developing in New York still though? Or
yes.
Are people like you that are successful?
Well, here's the thing in New York now is that you can. I'm famous from. I have fame, believe it or not, from the Comedy Cellar. Yeah, sure. I have when I go on the road. Now they're like, we saw you the first time at the Comedy Cellar. Like they would see me like on Louis, or they saw me on Sex, Drugs, or Opie and Anthony fans, or even this podcast. People come up to me like, dude, I'm a friend of the podcast. A lot of people come up and go, oh, we went on vacation and we saw you at the Cellar.
And why are you doing the same act? You're on the road. You've had 6 years.
Please don't repeat. Please don't repeat the thoughts in your head.
I know.
6 years.
I've had jokes I've been doing 40 years.
No, hello. I've
What year did you start at the Cellar?
I started. It had to be. Wow. The boat ride is 2099, so it had to be a year before that or 2 years before. So 98, 97, 97, 98. I started. I was in at the Boston Comedy Club first. Then I remember my agent or manager at the time was like, all right, we're going to do a spot at this club. I was like, cool. And I walked over. I didn't know about Esty, didn't know about the history. I was just over at the Boston, going up after Chappelle, Jay Moore, Brewer, Patrice.
Right, Boston was great. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It was. Boston Comedy Club at that time had all the young holy shits coming up. Okay, and you guys were over at the Cellar, and then
you make it sound like
the same people. Pretty much,
so I remember I went over there, and he's like, "All right, you got to do 5 minutes." And I met Esty. I was like, "Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you." Blah blah blah. Okay, you go up and I went up and just fucking murdered for 5 minutes, and I walked off. I was like, "All right, cool." She's like, "Okay, give me a call," and I got in. And then I've been in ever since. But I was 145 spot for years. That's why I love guys bitching. These fucking young guys come in now, and they're like, they think they
deserve it.
Well, they think it's a bad thing.
Well, you don't.
And it's not a bad. It's not a bad thing. No. The 145 spot to close the show, to end the show, is they want somebody who can do it. Number one,
and it wasn't empty at 2:00. It wasn't like
sometimes it was, but you know what?
Everyone's complaining now. It's not empty.
What? No, now it's a full room. But it is crazy that I want earlier spots. It's like earn them.
Yeah,
I had to fucking earn them. I remember when I finally said I was a guestie, I'd like, and she was like, okay, and she gave me an earlier spot, and it was hosting. So I was like 9 to fucking 2 now. So I took that, whatever. I quit hosting because I think those spots push you to become better, and I think they also when you want to be here on the schedule, you got to keep fucking working hard, and it got me out of those spots. I mean, look, I still close all the fucking shows. Let's not get carried away. Am I right? I'm still bitching half the time. Oh, it's just annoying. I got to go up at the end of every because I hate this too because you're so good. It's a compliment. Go fuck yourself. They want me to clean up whatever mess there's going to be. If the guy's too famous and nobody can follow, if the guy stinks and I got to go up and clean it up.
The best was when the show was pumping, though. The middle show, you'd have a spot, and they'd go, "Okay, go on and do 3 minutes." because we got to get the show over. You know? I got that. I got to repeat jokes.
When I used to host. I used to do. I didn't know what jokes I did. It'd be like 1:45, and I'd do. I remember one night I did the same joke, and I went, "Why are you guys not laughing at that?" Because I knew it killed, and you just did it.
You did it. Two guys ago.
You did
the same jokes.
Oh my God, crazy!
An ounce a day is too much.
At the end of the night, sometimes Mark Coen and Rick and Jon Stewart, there were nights where the people wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
And so we would try to drive them out by being as bad and as stupid as possible.
Right.
But it just got funnier.
That's hilarious.
And the people wouldn't leave because they wanted to see what would these idiots do.
They used
next.
to when I had a set. They used to know them, and they would send up a tray of 6-7 vodka shots.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I would drink them during my set. And they would all get a kick. And then towards the end, I would get too drunk, so they would make 3 vodka and 3 water, and then I would drink them. The audience wouldn't know, but I would.
That's fun. Now you knew all these guys coming up, but you went in a totally different way. Comedy wasn't your thing, Dome.
No.
I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, wow, that's fucking brutal.
It's rough.
Mark, I was. No, listen.
That's what Harvey said.
Listen, let me finish. So now comedy seems to be your thing.
Well,
you've seen him play music.
Well, his father. Comedy wasn't your father's thing the whole time. It became his thing, and he really took care of it and nurtured it. And he started the table. I mean, we can say that. People claim that he started the table. Yeah, correct? It wasn't Colin or
no, it was Nick DiPaolo.
Was it who?
Nick DiPaolo.
What did he say?
He said, "Manny, we need a place.
Really?
There's no place for us to sit down.
Right.
We need someplace we can sit."
And he did it.
Yeah, so he did it. Yeah.
That's great.
I have a little bit of a jag on that particular story, but you go ahead.
A what?
Go ahead.
A little bit of a. Manny and I Manny would say, the comedians are spread out all over the olive tree, so they're taking up all the tables, and I said to him, well, perhaps we should, kind of
comic table.
Collect.
So it was you.
Well, I didn't use the word
it was you.
comedian's table.
But you said table.
Yes.
But comedians would sit at it.
He didn't listen to me until Nick said, and then it became validated.
And then you would have to get invited over.
I used to complain that the chicken kebab was too garlicky. For years, I said, you got...
Yeah.
And then one day, Jerry Seinfeld came in and said, it's a little garlicky, Manny. That was it.
Yeah.
There was no more garlic in the chicken kebab.
Yeah, I wonder who else is like that.
My wife.
Wait a minute.
I wonder who else has that trait.
Oh.
Wait, who?
You're not talking about me.
Huh?
You're not talking about me.
No, we're not. Nobody's talking about you. You don't have people behind you that work with you all the time just looking at the back of your head right now, pointing at you like this as soon as I said that. Nobody did that.
But also, it might so comedy's my thing now. Is that what you want to talk about?
No, also what? Say it. Go ahead. Take a hit,
no,
would you?
I don't remember. I don't know if it's interesting, but I'm just trying to understand the dynamic of my father. Somehow, because Bill was really the man at that time.
Yes.
And because it wasn't my father on the line, it was easier for him to say no to the table.
Yes.
Than when he was fully involved in it.
Right.
And then he's like, no, we need a comedy table.
You're right,
so
right.
You have to be in those shoes to really see it.
Oh, because he didn't understand that
he did, but
they needed that.
I can't picture him having said no, except that you were asking for it. He's like, no, we can't devote a table just to the comedians,
Yeah.
But
unless they're Egyptian,
it's. I think it's that kind of thing, like where I can tell.
There's a difference between him going, "Hey Manny, maybe we should have a table," and Nick going, "What the fuck? I got this fat Jew broad from Yonkers yapping my ear off. Get me a table, Manny."
Also,
Yeah,
comedy.
there is that.
Comedy wasn't our main income at that time. The Theme John or maybe the WA was busy. I don't know what year.
Now, is it true?
Very busy.
Very busy.
Olive Tree was a legitimate business at the time. Which
Don't you miss doing what you used to do at the WA? I mean, like with that.
you still
does it Friday nights.
Really, I saw that video.
Yeah,
Where?
at the Olive
doing
Tree.
the Olive Tree.
No, but I mean, like with the band.
He has a band.
Pieces.
He has a band.
I do miss it. I had to choose what to do. I couldn't do it all. And you'll understand this. You can explain to Robert.
What am I? I'm right here. I can understand. Oh, sorry.
We own the building where the Comedy Cellar is.
Right.
We own the real estate. And in the WA, I had like 3 more years on my lease.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I had to throw in with what I could count on, which was the Comedy Cellar. So I sold the WA.
And what a good choice it was. I mean, come on.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, it is because you went over to the Village Underground and music was there, and now it's comedy. And now there's a comedy club upstairs.
Yeah.
And pretty soon you're going to make the bar into a comedy club.
You mean it's good choice, like because it's business wise?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
business
But I
wise,
get the same pleasure out of the Comedy Cellar that I got.
well,
out
because
of
you're
the
not
WA.
because you're a performer. You're not up there.
And yeah, that's exactly like in the WA. It was my
You.
show.
You're a star.
I was. Well, it's not just. I was. a
You
star.
ran it.
I arranged the music. It was so if it was successful when it was a line
Yeah.
around the corner of the WA, I said I did that.
Right.
In the Comedy Cellar, you guys write the jokes.
Yes.
So it's not. I mean, I'm happy.
Right.
And I do understand that.
But you're a big part of that.
That there's something about facilitating it which matters.
Big part of
And
it.
I could point to some. I can't talk about them, I guess, but I can point to some key decisions that were made, which made a huge difference.
Yeah.
Nevertheless,
Yes.
I can't take pride.
Yes.
If you kill,
Yeah.
it's still you with the
Yes.
kill.
Yes.
You giving us
They're the
opportunity.
ones walking out going, "That was the best night I ever had."
Who put that show together?
But they don't understand that to facilitate that thing had something to do with
I
it
tell
too.
this. I just turn on the lights. Like what do I do? I
Yeah.
just turn
Well,
on the
Liz
lights.
does it. You don't do that.
Yeah.
Liz does
Well,
it.
I mean, I let now go.
And George,
you don't even turn on the
George
lights.
actually makes lights available. So yeah, you don't do shit.
No, you're right. In a certain way, you're right.
Well, you make good choices on people to do things for you.
Yeah.
Well, so you play at the
Playing the Olive Tree on Friday night.
Every
I have
Friday.
to keep playing, but it's
Yeah,
not like
it's amazing.
yeah, but it's not like the WA I'm saying. It's not, whatever. So I do get pleasure out of
Very
the Comedy
loud,
Cellar.
but it's good.
I do get pleasure out of the Comedy Cellar.
Yes.
But not the pleasure that I wish I got out of it.
Right. But you could someday if you wanted to go back to playing. But I mean, it's
Yeah, well,
right?
I also lost so much of my hearing, I don't think it's a good idea.
Is that your phone?
Did you
No,
really?
This is my alarm because
right.
Jeff
Well,
Chunk is calling me.
All right, well, we're going to wrap this up right now because now he's getting on the phone with a lawyer. We're all here in Vegas. Can you not?
He's got Christmas bells on his phone too. That's
Oh my God! I love that he plays dumb with electronics. I tried to turn the phone off that I'm on all day long.
It was hung up.
All right, listen. We're here in Vegas. We're not going to say anything, but it's
No, you can say.
what?
what?
No,
I've said it many times on my show.
really.
You have?
Look into the
I
camera.
thought that's what this was for.
What? This a phone?
That
What are you?
we're-
Why did you just turn it Italian? I thought that this is a phone.
No, that Tourette's thing is gonna.
We're going to be opening in Las Vegas.
What?
Oh my God! What?
A cafe wa? This is going to be fantastic.
You're playing in Las Vegas? You're bringing the band back together.
What? No, you're
The
opening
Finjan?
the Comedy Cellar. Where are you going to open it?
What?
What?
Nice, a nice setup. That's
Where are you going to open it?
At the Rio.
Where we're at right now?
Where we are right now.
Wow,
the
that's
Rio
amazing.
Hotel and Casino.
It's a small room, but we'll put some
Not in
chairs.
my room.
Not in your room.
This is the worst room ever. It really is. It's just a terrible.
Sweet, by the way.
You know when the molding is coming off the tub?
Robert, before we even get the club open, could you not insult the Rio?
I'm kidding.
Who the hell would put a club in this shithole?
I'm kidding.
The fuck is with comedians?
I'm
Like,
kidding.
any
This
sense at all?
actually, this is very beautiful.
It is.
I
It's
tell
a
you,
suite.
this is why this is why the casino's great. I'll tell you why. Every room is a suite.
Yeah, this one.
All of them are.
No, just the Rio, though.
Oh, just the Rio.
Yeah.
Just the Rio.
And what does molding even do,
It's
Rob?
called it's all Sweet Hotel. It's called.
Keeps the water in the tub. Listen, no. Listen, it's no. It is. Every room's a suite, which is awesome. To have a big room like this,
And a
big
great pool.
Yeah, beautiful pool. It's a great casino.
And I heard they have a great comedy club opening up in.
I tell you what,
At some point.
not a great one. Not the best. And if it wasn't for you, and if it wasn't for you, and if it wasn't for George, and if it wasn't for Liz, and if it wasn't for me, and of course,
The light switch.
if it wasn't, if it wasn't for Manny having a son to keep turning the lights on. All right, listen, man. I next time I come to Vegas, I want to do another one. You're in LA, right?
Yes, I come here all the time.
Next time I want to do one on the when you took over. I'd like to do another thing on.
Robert, he wasn't even halfway finished.
Buddy, I know.
Seventh
but
grade?
I can't. He's a writer. They
Life
talk.
ended with Mad About You. That was 25 years ago.
Was that 25 years
More
ago?
than 25.
25 years ago. Let me see, 91 to 99.
Story to come.
91 to 99.
All right. Yeah. See when he
He
looks
goes to
up.
China now. He's a comedy consultant in China.
What is that?
I adapt.
Do you speak Chinese?
No, that's the amazing part.
No harm.
I adapt shows for the Chinese audience.
Really?
Mad About You was a big hit in China.
Wow.
It's not just translating. You have to anthropologically look it up. Anthropologically adapt
Yes.
the stories. So
You're on
that they're
camera. Get off
relevant
the phone.
To
Oh
the
God!
Chinese
You had to
audience.
talk. I ended on the whole light switch thing. We ended.
Okay.
Now he's back in with 5-syllable words again. Oh my God! No wonder your father didn't want a table with just him sitting at it. I mean, you sit there all night, fucking. Man. Let me say something, Manny. Go ahead.
Jerry planning a comedian table.
Oh God! You know what? I'm not doing this. Give it up for everybody. Bill Grundfest, Mark Coen, Noam. He goes. He thought I was talking about him. We got George and we got Liz. This is another live YKWD. You got two of them this week. This one is definitely my favorite. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next time on. You know what, dude?
You've been listening to the YKWD podcast. Thanks for listening. Now go back to your shitty jobs. Shitty jobs. Shitty jobs. Check out riotcast.com for all of the best podcasts on the internet. And they're all free.